Upstairs, man. man. What time is it? We gotta head out. All right. You got me. You got me. What's up, Papa? Well, you want one? You only get 2 more for the day. I'm not opening the window. When we open the window, it's gonna get cold. When we open it, it's gonna get brisk. You sure? You want one now? I'm gonna get you one now. I'm gonna get it at 5 o'clock. All right? Damn, you run fast. Damn, you run fast, kid. You run fast, bro. You don't get that one at 5 o'clock, right? Remember that. Don't look at me all crazy. People actually feed their cats this all the time. That's okay. Trap. Get it. There you go. You got it. And we should drop it on the floor last time. Good boy. All right. That's good boy. Waiting for a few more people to come in, guys. I mean, it is, I guess, the Thursday, right? We have a lot of people here, I guess, because the holidays, I guess, went all the way through the week. It's in one of my books. It's in one of my books. The Iberian and Lusitanian tribes from England, the Algonquins, may have organized expeditions to explore southern Europe near the Mediterranean Sea area. As I said, Europe didn't exist until we made it exist. These fake Jews are a problem, not a problem. Well, once a problem, I guess you could say a prophecy. But they are an issue and will remain an issue until people take the necessary measures to reclaim this, who they are, finagle all the ignorant people who don't know nothing, when there's millions who actually know, millions. And never fret because of the paid adversaries of stupidity and those who are nurtured in the racist dichotomy of stupidity. I'm gonna start until we get about 10 to 12, 15 people in here, because it's, let me say this, I'm gonna say this right quick, so you know something, right? You order stuff, right? And I said this before, and this is based upon, like, this is not, looking at today's time, what we're dealing with, right? They're openly telling you they want to exterminate how many? 3/4 of the population of Earth. And they're putting it out there. So there's no fact checking required to it. And they think they're slick about it. But when you order stuff, and if you are paying attention to where a lot of stuff's coming from, a lot of stuff is coming from Hindustan and China. I'm not saying that every product is bad. What I'm saying is even the good stuff can be intercepted by this fake ass agency here with their paid motifs. They're little goofies who are, you don't get it. It's a great number of them who don't run around up here like you do, unless it's to create chaos and everything else. They're up here. They're just not always, you know what I mean? And they will intercept stuff because they work everywhere. It could be somebody working late shift at the post office, and the team pulls up in a black a browned out van or something that looks like UPS. They could pull in the back, bring in what was ordered, make the change. You would never know it. I mean, the stuff that they're capable of doing. So right now, I would say be very mindful. Okay. And what I'm alluding to is the reality that you are safe as long as you really know who you are. For the meaning of whatever safe is. Other than that, you got to really pay attention. I mean, if you go back to the 90s, you remember when all of a sudden all the baby toys and stuff were being made all of a sudden because of these worthless, overpopulated government, okay, who are working outside and hard at the parameters of keeping you walking in the lie while they're going to these parties and doing these extra curriculum things and part of a very dastardly plan. And until you come to that realization, you don't have to put one and one together. You know what I'm saying? It stands out alone. So when you order stuff, yes, they don't have to just make media, give TV work. Yeah, houses blow up, people get evaporated, missing. Do y'all even know the numbers of sisters missing in the last year? Almost this year. Do y'all even have a clue of the children missing? I don't see how people could want to go to stadiums and listen to all that music and all that garbage at that level of frequency. Go to these schools and sit up there with these bastardly marsupials. I don't care if you was a teacher. You know, it's like the good cop to let the bad cops do the bad things and get away with it. That's what I'm talking about. Okay? So that puts you right in the pocket. So it shouldn't be this way, yet it is. Because y'all don't know how to come together, man. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and read The Negro Project by Margaret Sanger's diabolical, duplicitous, dangerous, disastrous, and deadly plan for melanated America. It says black. Forward. This is forward by Ron Edwards. You should already know. And that's the goofy little thing right there. I'm not going to start reading yet. I'm going to talk a little more. Like I said, I need a number of people in here, and that's the bottom line. And they want to hide that because I'm tired of this. If you speak the truth, it is to heck with them. So to heck with them. You know, I quench a lot of thirst. It's not ego. I don't get that ego thing, but some of you all do have, and you got to kill it. But I quench a lot of thirst, a lot of tea spilled, a lot of tea poured, and many people drink. I have watched all the videos just to see, and every time after I do a video, I see more parts coming out, and I love it. Love it. Absolutely love it. Some people give me a shout out, unnecessary. But don't act like you discovered it when it's always been here and you're able to build off of something. All right. I know my name's getting around. I know people are coming. I know we have agents every once in a while, or some Peckerwood or somebody come along, or somebody where I grew up at. Feel some kind of way, almost subscribe because, I talk about Masons, this, that, and other, because they don't know no better. Oh, well. But this is what they do. And I think, who was it? What station, who was that talking about it? Somebody has shared it. Talking about how they're censoring not just the verbiage, because you can see the thing that who was that phone company right now that not you people that buy it can talk about firearms and stuff, but the companies that sell stuff, that if they like SMS or it comes over the phone, as there's a fine. They created this false legal status, T-Mobile or whatever, that enact. And this is all about the agenda. This tells you the party, the players. I always say, look at who owns the company. Don't go to the fictional top. Look beyond that. Look at who owns, Paper Dynamics or this, that, or, the ones who are at the very top. The information is there. And then you can see why. And it's always some fake ass Jew. Like I said, and I'm not talking about just the ones who are living, because there's a lot of them who know that they're Ashkenazi. Okay? And they know something else. Yet, I'm talking about the bastards in all the positions, military and everywhere else. Look around the world and really look at the names and then look at the individual. That's the reason why I read surnames. There's plenty more to read. But that's the reason why I read in British and, and Muslims and, what's called colonial America. I'm reading it, and thanks for Kareem sending me a book, because I wasn't going to sit there and look at my tablet. I got enough, so I still got to read off of there and look at the PDF. So reading the book has been giving me the opportune time to mark certain areas to read to, and that's that. Now I give it a break for a moment because I want to get to these other ones. The issue, though, why isn't nobody's putting all this together? We need a little 13-year-old, 9-year-old, huh? No, we need people to stand up for once and be recognized instead of harboring ill will and all this. I want reparations because that's just greed. No, regardless of what a motherfucker want of a goddamn thing they print all the time and they want to break society. But how about fucker want and look at what you need? And if you had a better character about yourself, you would build a better response. And that'd be like, I need to be around good brothers and sisters who really about building the community structure, not just out, because I'm seeing how they poison the minds in these liberal states with this out of Africa shit. And it's trickled into the so-called conservative states. I'm so tired of this conservative, liberal, dumb shit. Yet, that's what they do. They hide. So y'all go out there and let people know I'm not. I'm not doing it. And then I'll read. Some pretty good stuff, as I stated. The Negro Project, it gets better. It's a banger, man. I read ahead. It's very informative, and people can read it themselves too. I can always do that. And then we're going to get into the second half of Article 4, okay? And I think that's going to be really good as far as before the presidency. We'll finish off with the planning branch. And I might want to read a little bit into that. Who knows? We'll see. But it really starts to get a lot interesting. And don't worry, in the diatribe of things, we'll get back to, where is it at? I want to show you this. I'm tired of these monkeys believing they're in control. That means that they're in control over you. Are you telling me that they control you being able to see me? Well, for the time being, of course, they control everything as far as this platform. But I'm saying, do they control you? See, this is what I'm saying. And you would think the people that snatching my information and running off and building with it, you would believe that they come back and be like, oh shit. I mean, I guess everybody's waiting for Bro Sanchez and Witch Call to talk about something they know nothing about. But to each his own, and that's hip hop. That's not even their goddamn place. I don't care about the other dude. I'm not gonna mention his name. All right. And there were jam sessions. It's always been jam sessions, because even when the beginning of hip hop, the label, right? It was just everybody getting together and jamming. Whether it was, with the DJing, because the music was always bamming, and that was hitting first, and it became lyrical. And during the lyrical, we was always getting down and doing little moves, attempting to outdo each other. And it started with up-rocking. Instead of fighting, instead of swinging knives, bats, and all that, we would do skirmishes, all dancing. And we call it up-rocking because we go up and we go down. And we swoom, 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 like we, cutting you like $1.50, you know what I'm saying? Zipper, you know what I'm saying? Smacking your face around, kicking the legs forward like in capoeira and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Jumping to the side, you know what I'm saying? Coming back up, swoom, swoom. Uppercut, boom, 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 down, up. And then from there, we start putting our hands down, catching our feet going out, like throwing our feet up at you, Then it became a circle, our orientation. You're going to talk to somebody that don't have a fucking clue. Anyway, we're going to be chapter 15, when we get done reading Article 15, the presidency, and getting over to Article 7, all the articles, all right? When we cover all the articles, all the way up to Article 11, we go into the story of Jonathan May. Now, we already did some of the Silent Wars in the beginning, and we got to the place where we started looking at some of the paperwork that was going on around about the UFOs and this, that, and the government, CIA, Kennedy's, all those little things were bringing us up to the story of Jonathan May. And it doesn't stop there. It goes further interesting. And now there's some parts of this I really would like to be able to have the pictures saved and put them up on the screen, as far as William Cooper's military service record, his DD-214, or whatever you want to call it at the time.
Serious.
I need to turn notifications off. My apologies. And all that is in here. All of it is credible. It's not made up. and signed by those individuals. Thomas, Vietnam, everything. And then we'll get into Appendices B, UFOs, and Area 51. It really gets to a very momentous place in this excellent written book that has its qualms like every book. But the Negro Project is heavy. I really wanted to read White Cargo and the Asian, because I have those books, Asian slave trade in so-called South America. Y'all know I believe the southern point is the north. I do. And the north is the outer rims. Out. You get what I'm saying? They got you looking up as in out. South as in down. South meaning the bottom, center, right? Wouldn't that be the centermost point? If you're looking at from this particular spectrum, I'm only just throwing it out there. All right. So backwards, reverse, upside down, inverted. Okay. That's never, I've been saying it. I've been doing art in high school. Yo, backwards, something is upside, something's inverted. It's not right. Man, if I could get some of them teachers, whoever's still alive, be like, oh, he used to give us a fit, man. Everything had to be backwards on lie and da da da. And I'd stand up in class. These are lies, man. Right, go down to the principal's office. Blah blah blah. After school, go to the gymnasium or go. Oh man, it was. I was like, you know what? I ain't going nuts. I gotta go make some money. You know. Jimmy, you're an actor, a great actor. You did the Monster Mash when you was playing Dr. Frankenstein up on the stage at the school and the audience, and you got into a couple of movies at Elm Street and blah 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 blah. You know, Downey Baby, Ivory. I was Ivory or Down Ivory, I think. On top of this metal thing on a radiator with a soft thing. I'm wearing all white with a big little red fro, smiling, haha, little baby. I gotta find that picture, y'all. But yeah, yeah, you know, I'm waiting till the number's right. Let me pull up some. Let me see if I can find it in here. Let me see if this lady has it. It's deep in there. This wonderful lady. Okay, let me see if it's gonna be. So I'm waiting for people to come in. All right. I got family members with this, and it's something in the water or something in goddamn liberal states. It really is. To believe this out of Africa shit. It's just it's trippy. It is really trippy. Me and Chris. Yo, my B-boy days. It was crazy, yo. It's crazy with the different English mock necks and shit. Slick Reg, she's sitting there in the middle. Yeah, shit was. We had some real antiques and blah 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 blah. It's back in the day, yo. Back in the day. Anyway, let me see if I can find it. Here goes my uncle, who was my godfather, Tyrone. My aunt's and my godfather, my uncle. Oh, this is my uncle, y'all. Lonnie Wright, Denver Broncos. Yeah. Now, let me see if I can find it. Let me see. I know it's gonna be in here. Oh, look at my mother in the yellow, and rest of my relations. That's my mother in the yellow. Aunt, mother, no, China, Miss O'Mac. I think she's still alive. I forget his name, but yeah, he's a relative too. That was back around in this, I don't know, maybe early 70s. All right. Let me see if I can find it, y'all. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, man. Stacy Townsend. She's a trip. All right. I'm trying to find it. Cadgy on the red caps. Montclair. Damn. Yeah, I'm waiting for the numbers to grow. And yeah, those who come and leave me, they stay the gone. I really don't like them coming back. Don't want them nowhere. I want them to stay. Don't want anybody lost, but I want them to stay lost. You know what I mean? Okay, it's not on that one. You want to talk about wars? You want to talk about wars? You want to talk about wars? You want to talk about family? You want to talk about military? You want to talk about sharp? You want to talk about the original people? You want to talk about the original damn people? And there goes my great, 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 great grandpa. Henry Lucifer Schaus and Margaret Maggie Klein standing up in the back. Yeah, Henry Lucifer Schaus and Margaret Henry Klein. Cherokee and Dutch. We got pictures that go back before that. Here goes my grandma, Catherine Lee. Mama Tina when she was young. Wow. Henry Lucifer Schaus and Margaret Maggie Klein. It's colorized, yes. Live to be very old. Oh, they got all kind of relatives. Pictures. I got all kind of pictures going way back, y'all. Way back. Yeah. Yeah. Dynamite, a smoking Charlie Wright. Joe Louis was scared to box him. It's my Paul, Grandpa. My grandmother when she was a candy striper. Around, I guess in the 50s, maybe 60s. Before I was born. You see? Catherine Lee. my uncles Reggie and Gary Lee. Somewhere around, I would say this is around, I believe this was probably the 1940s, 40, like late 40s. Like 46, 7 or something like that, 1946, 47. That's my grandmother. My grandmother in front of one. You know what kind of car that is? That Buick, right? Y'all know what the mother right there, right. You think, man? Listen here, Dynamite Charlie Wright. That's my grandpa. Came back home to bury him in the Navy. Mm-hmm. Joe Louis was scared to fight him. That's all we know in my family. Besides, I mean, boxing. I mean, but how to work. All of us. Throw them hands up. Slide you up under a truck. I don't care who you think you are. Mama Tina, my great grandma, the one that called me home on the shoulder and was teaching me all the languages I was getting my ass whooped for. No slaves, no Africa, no none of that. My Uncle Gary, check this out, the one who's 83 in Detroit, and my cousin my cousin Regina Lee. He's about 6 foot. Damn, he's tall as a goddamn tree, too. He was young there. There's Regina and Junebug. Yeah, some people said, y'all look more Japanese. Ah, shut up. I got pictures going so far back, y'all. Our homes, everything. This is my uncle coming back from Vietnam, wounded. African my ass. Smart. I think right before when she went to college. Johanna, the one that y'all saw talking to Uncle John Amos and the videos all over YouTube, power of attorney in the car window where Casey drugged that ass sitting on the side. You know, he knew better not say too much because we'd have stomped his ass out. But yeah, I'm just saying, you know, yeah. No slide of my brothers and sisters in Africa, but we are not the one. You want to see a Blackfoot Indian married to a Cherokee Dutch man? My uncle and my aunt. Siksika. How do you think I learned the term? We all like to get it in one way or the other. He was a hella fine mechanic. My brother. Looked like that nigga was hot air. That was me. Oh, Vietnam. I think it keeps going. I think there's plenty of us. There's my Uncle Lonnie and Aunt Joe. She's a fabulous basketball coach as well. Oh my goodness, all the rewards. Columbia High School. My aunt, phenomenal, and a master teacher, and you know she moved on. Beautiful family. This is his last walk in Denver Broncos Stadium. Not too long after that, cancer got the best of him. Yeah. Yeah. I don't mind sharing this stuff. You know why? Because it's important. We live in a time and age when the importance is taken out of family and everything else. When everybody wants to see this is beauty. Sisters, that's mine. That's beauty. You see that? That is what beauty is. All right? Some more relatives looking crazy as hell. Either you know or you don't know. She was with the Goodfoot sisters, if anybody knows that, the founders. They were some rough sisters, you hear me? Yeah. I ain't gonna say nothing. That's all I'm gonna show you right now. She sang in a group, and that's her group. Oh, they could have went real big time. In a time when things were beyond marvelous and rough and hard at the same time. You dig what I'm saying? I'm trying to find this one I want to show you guys, man. I might not be able to find it right now. I had it saved on my other phone. That thing is kaput. It just doesn't work at all no more. I mean, because she went to Bennett College. If y'all know about Bennett College, you know. And they have some excellent people. My aunt and my cousin Jazz, my cousin Antoinette, a lot of people in my family are teachers, y'all. Excuse me. It's just, it is the way it is. All right. And they've had some excellent people work at 106 and Park all over the place. Just, you wouldn't believe it. And unless you came and I took you and you visited and then you saw, you'd be like, I'll be like, yep, I don't live that life, brother. Sisters. Yeah. No, it's because I don't want to. And they all know it. You ought to see when they suspend them batons and stuff. Y'all really don't know, man. Everybody has history, right? Some hide away from the spectacular parts of history because I didn't see the worth in it. So anyway, I'm gonna have to go through here and I'm gonna have to find, because I know she has a picture. Aunt Joe keeps pictures everything and everybody. She don't keep them all in here, but she has plenty. It's just phenomenal. Okay. Um, I have no issue with what they support. I've always taken issues with things that were not appropriate as far as the truth of history. Um, and I was just always told, just keep teaching the true history, you know, by certain individuals. And that's what I've been doing. And that's what I'll continue to do. I can't allow false fabrics to tear things apart. They're not that strong. Let me see. Y'all know G.I. Joe Flo out of Denver, right? I want y'all to take a look at this. This was 2011. All right. This is Uncle Lonnie, my cousin Lonnie. I think he's with the IUIC, whatever. He can rap his ass off. Now, some people know me on Facebook. Remember me sharing my brother G.I. Flo. He has different names, but that's him and that's my little nephew in the background. He's not all that little either. He's pretty tall, 6 foot. And when I say rap, they smoke some weed. But I'll find the picture down the road. All right. So here, let's go ahead and get to reading it. It's not gonna be long. Okay. I've got tons of pictures I can show you. I'm not gonna show you every one. I want you to see my great grandpa. That's a black and white colorized. I know it's like, wait. Stop believing in fake history. Stop believing in fake ass history. Our people, ceremonial, a long time ago, knew to unsheathe or unclothe. They wore clothes, they wore suits, they wore shoes ever since we've been here. All right. So every time I see people walking around with this war bonnet on their head, that's not a war bonnet. To entice the people, we shaved a mohawk, fro with a long mohawk, because that way we entice them to come on in to get the scalp for whatever coin they wanted, because these people were they were uneducated or anything. All they knew was war. Muskets, there were guns. There was all kind of shit back a long time ago. But yeah, and y'all going 5th? I'm like, yeah, 5th. And there's plenty more pictures older than that. Shit on my phone. Don't worry, I've made copies. I've got them literally in a photo album. I'm talking about pictures that go way back before some motherfucking Billy the Kid, and that was a nigga. Don't believe everything they hyped up and made everybody believe. And then they got these families running around. Look at here. I'm Billy the Kid. So shut up. I get so tired of this shit. God, why you think he had along down in South America so well? And then they mythologized and made a legend out of somebody that didn't exist the way they wrote it. It's just sickening. You got Cherokee Kid. You got all these individuals, and all these fake ass Jews did was destroy our history. And people have bought into it because they believe these frauds, as early as they are, but based on the Balfour Agreement, belong in Palestine. That is not Israel. So many of these people are so stupid. Anyway, let's go ahead and hit off the Negro Project. Margaret Sanger's diabolical, duplicitous, dangerous, disastrous, and deadly plan for so-called Black America. I got Sandy. I guess the person has a problem with hitting the like. We can always go away and we just wait for some more people to come in and hit the like. But I just want to read because I got to run out right quick. So we last set off. We're addressing her meetings with the clan, individuals, and it was in Jersey, right, 1926. But Sanger didn't do this all by herself. She had plenty of help in her attacks on the Catholic Church, personified, for instance, by Norman E. Himes. Himes' opined in one of her journals that genetic differences existed between Catholics and members of other faiths, to wit, are Catholic stocks listen to this, are Catholic stocks genetically inferior to such non-Catholic libertarian stocks as Unitarians and universal freethinkers? Inferior in general. Let us pause here at this point and remember that Sanger's father had renounced not only his Catholicism, but all religion when he became an atheist and you know how that happened. What do you think the Theosophical Society was? or the American Theosophical Society. Well, yeah, it existed afterwards. Became an atheist and free thinker. So, which is, if you would look at Kiramio and even our brother Rondo has done a video on it. Now, I could talk to y'all forever about Theosophical Society. A number of societies you don't know nothing about as well. But yeah, excellent work. Anyway, that's what they are, free thinkers, but it's more perverse than that. So Haim's statement must have been music to her ears. At any rate, he continued, my guess is that the answer will someday be made in the affirmative. And if the supposed differentials in net productivity are also genuine, situation is antisocial and perhaps gravely so. This has all been played out and planned. Isn't it funny how they stick to it? And yet our people can. Another who aided Sanger in her crusade, knowing this, you would think that women be like, no more abortions, blah, 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 and be better representatives of themselves, to be better represented by a decent, I don't like to say God-fearing, but person who was equipped a little better than the majority, because one man with 100 wives, at the end of our life, we can have over 6 quadrillion children. Duh. Yes, man alone can make over 6 quadrillion children. Another who aided Sanger in her crusade against those who opposed her eugenic agenda on religious grounds was the Reverend Worth Tippie, the executive secretary of the General Council of Churches, who in April of 1931 sought to head off a firestorm of protests from Protestants following publications of Sanger's moral aspects of birth control. Now, you must remember, there were a lot of fake Jews who hid under, and we've read it, the religion Catholic, Christianity, in all denominations, and even in Islam, still practicing the Talmud. Tippie took note that the controversy had aroused more opposition within the Protestant churches than we expected, and offered his assistance in settling things down. Under the circumstances, and since we plan to carry on a steady work for liberalizing laws, yeah, they always talk about democracy. Motherfucker, this is called a republic. It's not no goddamn democracy. Anyway, for liberalizing laws, the liberal democracy bullshit is just like the Bolsheviks and Stalin and Marxism. Are y'all aware of that? Grown out of the same ideology and utilized in every continent. And we were the last ones to hold on to the republic side, with those perversions acting in concert, because if that was gone, it could cause a chain reaction to which the fake Zionists, or whatever you want to call them at the top, who created all these new fake Jews, would have not want to be the antagonists or antithesis to. They how do you say it? They didn't want to be the antagonists, which they were, but to create the backlash too fast. You know what I mean? Because they ratified and adopted the damn our Constitution. Ratified means change. That's ratified means, people. And adopted, as stated. Adopted it. They didn't make it. All these 1776ers and shit. Anywho, Anyway, under the circumstances, and since we plan to carry on a steady work for liberalizing laws and to stimulate the establishment of clinics, it is necessary that we make good these losses and also increase our resources. Now, he asked Sanger, help me quietly by giving me the names of the people of means who are interested in the birth control movement and might help us if I wrote them. Well, Tippie's use of the word quietly in his letter to Sanger speaks volumes about the insidious nature of the birth control movement at that time. A duplicity, right? A large majority of the public was resolutely opposed to it on moral and religious grounds. Thus, the need for such secrecy on his part. After all, it wouldn't do to have the eugenic aspects of the movement exposed for all to see. And this was especially true later on of Sanger's Negro Project. Sanger was ready, willing, and able to comply with Tippy's request, and he thanked her profusely for her offer. True, they expected continued opposition from fundamentalist groups like the Catholic and Protestant churches, but to a much lesser extent than had been the case up to that point. It is interesting to note that one Protestant who did buy into the movement's goals was Miss John D. Rockefeller Jr. Listen to this. Was Miss John D. Rockefeller Jr. When the fuck was a Miss last name with a fucking junior? Excuse my language. I was going to do that anyway because I read ahead of it. Listen to me. Miss John D. Rockefeller Jr., the socially prominent wife of the man whose Catholic family would lavish such generous and often secret financial support on Sanger's ABCL and later Planned Parenthood over the next several decades. I figured that might get you. Ooh, and now some people are going to start running around looking for who are these women with these long, extensive names. And now you see niggas doing the same dumb shit. I'm going to name my baby, and it's going to have the third last name of my great-great-great-grandpa, and the second last name of my great-great-grandma with my middle name, and his mama middle name, and it's going to be Rutherford, Adrian, Daryl, Margaret, Ricardo, motherfucking Epstein, the motherfucking 67th or some shit. I'm just saying. That is not our fucking way. If that ain't an EIN and fucking names, like, come on, excuse my language, but I'm serious. You can't make this stuff up. So let's go ahead and get into Behold the Pale Horse. I hope y'all are being entertained by me reading something I know you've never read when it comes to William Cooper. As far as, let me get it right. I'm a verbatim here, okay, if you don't mind. A proposed constitutional model for the new states of America, prepared over a 10-year period by the Center for Democratic Studies, because democracy is an experiment, of Santa Barbara, California, where these motherfuckers ran rampant and poisoned everybody, at a total cost to the United States taxpayers of over $25 million. And why do I say that about California? Because you have New Mexico, you have Nevada, you have all these places with a lot of land, Area 51, this, that, and other. A lot of hidden shit. The government don't own none of that shit. But they got you believing in it. Miseducation of the Negroes, a motherfucker. Anyway, let's get into the second part of Article 4. And that popcorn ain't even right. I'm throwing that shit away. The popcorn ain't even right. This is going to be starting at Section 8. It's the planning branch, okay? And when we left off yesterday, it was, if there be an objection by the President or the Senate of the 6 or 12-year plans, they should be returned for restudy and resubmission. Anyway, y'all know what that was all about. As far as getting down to the last, and instead of it being done away with, it would revise it accordingly and hold it for later to look at it again. Some retarded ass shit. Because it had to accumulate to this point. Everything that they were doing, that was the ratification of our Constitution, y'all. Are you listening to me? Because a lot of this shit is ambiguous. It don't have nothing to do with anything other than to hijack and take over. Section 8. The new states on June 1st shall submit proposals for development to be considered for inclusion in those for the new states of America. The new states of America. Researches and administration shall be inclusion in those for the new states of America, and researches and administration shall be delegated when convenient to planning agencies of the new states. Hey, y'all, Let's just go take over about 250,000 acres because it's convenient. Section 9. There shall be submission from private individuals or from organized associations. Doesn't that sound like something that's illegal? Something that's going on right now? That these big pharma and all these corporations are buying politicians? That is illegal by every manner. But aren't they fucking doing it? And you would think in hidden in secret. Like the motherfucker over there in New York or Detroit and Chicago, these big owned Zionist goddamn buildings with no windows, no labels, nothing on the front of the building that says what they are. But motherfuckers in suits and skirts, dressed up, go there to work every day carrying briefcases. Section 9. There shall be submissions from private individuals or from organized associations affected with a public interest, as defined by the board. That should be most of our people. They shall report. We have these sellout niggas who misguide and disingenuously, keep the curveball in your face without knowing how to strike it. You know what I'm saying? They shall report intentions to expand or contract, estimates of production and demand, probable uses of resources, numbers expected to be employed, and other essential information. Sounds like it takes a tribe or a nation to me, but how they're litigating it, I guess, is what they deem the infrastructure. Yet all that money seems to be going to private interest groups, right? So again, this government is fraudulent. It's straight tyranny, and yet everybody's docile. Like I said, the Florida and the chemicals are working, and people in costume suits, they believe they're safe. These are the biggest dumbasses on the planet. Anyway, Section 10. The planning branch shall make and have custody of official maps, and these shall be documents of reference for future developments, both public and private. On them, the location of facilities with extension indicated and the intended use of all areas should be marked out. Now, official maps shall also be maintained by the planning agencies of the new states. What official maps? Round Earth, right? And in matters not exclusively national, the National Planning Board may rely on these. I know it's talking about all the cities and all that. Planning boards, that's where they start robbing you because they say you need a permit to build on the land you bought. This is the hypocrisy of all the greed of these bastards. That's why they're so easily bought for $5,000 and $10,000. Undertakings in violation of official designation shall be at the risk of the venturer, and there shall be no resource but losses from designations after acquisition shall be recoverable in actions before the court of claims. That's how they stole a lot of our land illegally. Section 11. The planning branch shall have available to its funds equal to 1/2 of 1% of the approved national budget. Again, listen, planning, this is Section 11. The planning branch shall have available to its funds equal to 1/2 of 1% of the approved national budget. So any of y'all ever look at some of the stuff they signed for that infrastructure law, what was it, a couple of years ago or whatever? And y'all ever look at it? How they were slipping things in there that weren't supposed to be in there late at night when people wanted to go home, intentionally when it should have been done in the day, broadcast live so everybody could watch. Corruption at its finest. Just how they keep clearing the Federal Reserve on that island out there from, where was it at? That island, all them fake ass Jews. Yeah, think about it. Not including debt services, third parties are illegal, or payments from trust funds. No payments from trust funds? Oh, so how they got around that was you go to buy something, they look at your credit, or they look at your Social Security, and they say, you got a nigga. This is where the corrupt banking comes in. We're going to charge him 20% more. It's not about your credit, motherfuckers. And then they go, yeah. And then they don't crush the numbers for you. But are you aware that when you sign, You make a contractual agreement, but see, in ignorance, the contractual agreement is moot. You sign for them to get paid from your trust fund, so the vehicle at the car place is paid for. Now they send you to a third-party bank to keep you without cash in your pocket. They give you an absorbent rate, and then they send you to a third party who's now hitting you a second time for your trust fund, making you believe you got to pay some 30 to 40%. Are y'all aware of that shit? But because you don't want to come together in one voice, you want to go at your own because you've been misled in this world and you believe that I could take care of it by myself. Bullshit. One maybe out of a couple of 100,000 could. When it comes to their shit. Anyway, they shall be held by the Chancellor of Financial Affairs and expanded according to rules approved by the board. But funds not expanded within 6 years shall be available for other uses. And that's when we get into the pork barrel spending. Remember in the military, we had to spend a whole lot of money. Shit was crazy. All right. You all need anything? We have this amount in the budget, and we want to increase it. Nigga, we're paying $400 for a hammer and a screwdriver a piece. What the fuck? A toilet seat, raggedy ass, hurt your butt if it crack, pinch you kind of toilet seat. $500 fucking dollars like that, as if the motherfucker was, 14 karat gold fucking plated. What the fuck? No, that's what I used to be like in the military. I used to be like, what is this? And they and all the leaders like they were fucking great. This shit is hypocrisy at its worst. That means officers in the military, not all of them are compliant, but a lot of them are fucking complacent. Yeah, been there, done that. Section 12. Allocations may be made for the planning agencies of the new states, but only the maps and plans of the national board, or those approved by them, shall have status as law. Keep that shit out. You want me to read that again? Let me run it by you again. Listen to this shit. Allocations may be made for the planning agencies. Maybe, it's guaranteed that's going to happen, of the new states. But only the maps and plans of the national board are to be utilized. It doesn't say that, but that's what it is. Or those approved by them shall have status at law. That means that there are certain places you could not dig because you might fall into one of their big underground bunkers or caverns, not bunkers, or cities. Shit, you might fall through and fall motherfucking a mile or two and then land on top of some skyscraper under fucking ground. I'm just saying. I'm just hypothetical. And there's some places where their little goofy magic's probably been done, or some things that you don't need to see that they don't want to big up because it's all up under the earth. And if you start digging and finding these walls and these dates and vehicles and shit destroyed and fake fires, but blown the fuck up and then bulldozed and covered. Yeah. Okay. All those approved by them shall have status at law, not of law, at law. Shall have status at law, people. Who deems that? Because then that goes back to those approved by them. Okay. National board. And what may be made, you know what I'm saying? These are when you have an understanding of certain words and how to utilize, you can see past it. You know what I'm saying? In section 13, we have in making plans, there shall be due regard to the interests of other nations and such cooperation with their intention as may be approved by the board. Yeah, we're gonna work with you. And we're going to sit down in this quiet room over here. We're going to have a little bit of brandy or some yak and a big cigar. We're going to have 5 Mai Kais with you. Now, there's going to be people all over the place. This is what needs to be done. I'm not doing that against my people. Well, it was a pleasure. Half a drink, sit down, doing business with you. And next thing you know, a month, 2 months later, motherfuckers assassinated. That's the business. That worked out pretty well so far, hasn't it? Section 14, there may also be cooperation with international agencies and such contributions so to their work as are not disapproved by the president, like the police here going to be trained in Palestine by Israelis on how to harm, hurt, and kill, or to inflict pain to make you react in a certain way where they can take you out. Mhm. Chapter 14 will be the next. It will be, this is further of the proposed constitutional model. New States of America will be the presidency. Chapter 5, I mean, excuse me. So I hope you got a little something there. There's a lot more to it. I'm just not going to sit here and just drabble on and on and on about it all. I find it very important. I find it necessary evil as far as, because you could find a lot more if you just go ahead and pull it up, the planning board, Article 4, Constitution. Go look at it, read it. And some of you will decipher a whole lot more who are really in that field of like looking at these, the Constitution, how it's set up and what was ratified. How many of you know how to go back and find the original? They want you to believe that this is original, but it says new states. You should be able to find it. How many of you have actually downloaded and found the original Federalist Papers, and hard to read this kind of stuff, but and read it in its entirety a few times? Okay. Check the stuff out, y'all. Do your necessary work. You know what I'm saying? Find it. Find this information and download it and look at it. I would love to see Kiramil talking about the Federalist Papers. I would love to see Rondo and some of you other ones talking about the Federalist Papers. I would like to see y'all ostracize the system and bring it to the forefront by looking at the Constitution, the preambles, and all these other things, and the executive branch, this branch, and everything else. Like, when did they create qualified immunity? Who voted on it, and why was it created? It should never happen if it's talking about the law, and the laws, the stipulation of the law is the Constitution. That shows you that people have been lied to for a very long time. And what's problematic is the pale skins think their authority on the Constitution, what is in your fucking DNA, more so than any of theirs. That's what made you righteous. No, this is not no hate towards the pale skins. This is what the fuck it is. They wanted to throw little pale skin movies up on all these fictional characters as if that was the way it was, when that's been a lie. The way it is. The reality is bigger than the fucking pothole. The rabbit hole. The rabbit hole's got a fucking bottom. The reality, this truth can be eviscerating. You know what I'm saying? Who all came up in here? Hey, Rondo, Matt. Oh, what's going on, beloved? Marcus Williams. What's happening? Max B, if it's a contract that holds the people in bondage, guess we should peep who is the largest awarder of contracts. The governor wants you committed. It's not yes, and it's all out there. Rondo, what's going on, beloved? Mr. C, what's happening, beloved? All my wrenches in the house, ABJR. Good to see you. I am Baby Girl Slaughter. What's up, mama? Most women are too selfish for nation building, unfortunately. Yeah, we need we need a lot of them. We do have the ones who stand on their 515s, who will be on their 10 toes. It's just not enough. There's still too much feminism, too de-emasculation, too much emasculation. It's a conceptual conspiracy going on in the narrative of identity, and the crisis is created by the very people we're talking about, the fake government. And until women put away that fake ass feminist ideology, and men put away that fake masculine, and I mean that their masculine ego bullshit, which masculine has nothing to do with ego or this. Masculine means that you're all man. Feminine means you're all woman. It has nothing to do with these grotesque statuses that they've utilized and weaponized. I mean, out of the 60s, it was CIA agent, and I believe the other one pretty much worked with her, that nigga lesbian, right? Jew, that pushed the feminist movement. And some people go back and say, well, but in the 1920s, the rule of thumb never went nowhere. That's just applied all around the fucking world. It's just here, people did die And certain people who weren't supposed to disappear got their ass disappeared by the common people on the streets. That's why you have all these costume characters who are erroneously taken to places, and they do things you'll never know about, and then they're locked in. So they'll protect these pieces of garbage of bastards to hide an identity that shouldn't really matter. That's the world thing. You know what I'm saying? Not to go too deep in that. Not all. There are a lot of good people still wearing the costume, brother. Whether in the military, police, EMT, there are good people. But the EMT got their little branches, individuals who they'll send out to somewhere, and all of a sudden your loved one who just had a fucking bump on his knee is laying up in motherfucking, expired. I'm just saying. And nobody, for the lack of better terms, look at what's in Texas. Look at what's going on in Virginia, certain places, right? Florida. Look at certain things that these certain cops are killing these people and they're walking away. Because most of these niggas believe they're from Africa. They're using terms black. They have these motherfucking religious Muslims and Christian motherfucking lawyers behind them. And they're perverting the pot because their pocket gets fatter. It don't matter. They're not even pro bono. When will people wake up and be like, yo? You know what I mean? It's not like we can't have our children reading law books and be well-versed and better because their memory is a sponge, and we've adapted a few, said, in this bloodline, this is what will be established. In this bloodline will be the builders. In this one, the great aspirers. We'll watch the children play and we'll know automatic which ones love without forcing on them. But we won't allow them to go to these goddamn school systems that give them so much information of bullshit and make everything that they want to accomplish irrelevant because it's all about fun and the perverse teacher that's pushing the narrative and turning around and then making sure that they all know how to grow things, all know how to filter water. They all have the mind to grow, to dream and go beyond the scope of everything that's going on. And see, the dreamers are gone, people. Where's your song and dance? I don't want to say anymore. Herbo, so beloved. Studies falls for every sidebar. I can't stand Roland Martin. Oh, yeah, piece of crap. He's a garbage mouse. Smog in the air. It's worse than the smog, Ronald. But yeah, brother. Big Philly Dog OJ, what's going on? What's going on, beloved? Yeah, thinking about him, 1985 in the military. You ought to seen the brothers, man, when they bombed, when them punk ass motherfuckers bombed the move. Nigga, we was whooping white boys' asses on the bases. Y'all don't know that? Man, when they bombed Philly, them racist ass, punk ass, some Mossad and CIA agents running around, FBI running around with them, wanting to be in the fight, ex-Vietnam, going out there, we was killing niggas anyway. Man, we started whooping bull. I'm sorry, my pale skin brothers, we whooping y'all asses every goddamn way. You better talk to your brothers that was in the military, especially in the Navy and the Army in 1985. We was fucking y'all. They was coming up with new laws and shit just to keep us from fucking y'all up. Man, we whooping y'all asses everywhere, every time we turn around. Prove me wrong. Do the fucking research. I would love to see a fat chick come tell me different. We was whooping y'all asses everywhere we turn, at the bars, at the clubs. We go on the countryside just to go over there and show them that we can, because we know how to, we can get it in. And some of us say you have one Marine or some say a nigga, and we flip the whole motherfucking dance floor. And look, motherfuckers be out there with contusions, head split, and everything. No, I'm advocating violence. I'm telling the history. 1985, when they bombed the move, man, we was like, no, this ain't gonna be that Alabama on the bridge and all that. No, nigga, Louisiana, hell no. Man, and they was telling, look, man, we ain't care about the motherfucking BCDs. We didn't give a fuck about getting dishonorably discharged. We was whooping ass, and they says, well, they couldn't get rid of all of us. I didn't know they'd been bad. So, there's other ways. But we didn't stand for that shit either. We was telling them motherfucking CNG Lonely, fuck you, use old Peckerwood. Well, oh man, it was something. Some people got kicked out. Yeah, man, knocking motherfucking officers out. Fuck you talking like costume don't mean shit. That's why I come from a different breed, man. Excuse my language. Oh yeah, do the fucking research you think I'm playing. So Big Philly Dog, fuck yeah. Shit, Snoo, there's my baby. She's at work, y'all. T. Hines, what's up, beloved? Okay, I got you right. Yeah. Okay, I got you all. All right. You know what I'm saying? Mahama feminism. Thank you, Rondo. Y'all gotta check out. Yo, man, y'all gotta check Ganja. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, Marcus Williams, what's up? Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, conscious holds the people in honest. That's right, brother. I like that. It's this is not hate because I got too many pale skin brothers, man. Like I said, we'll lay our lives down. But I got a bunch of them who was fighting right beside us. Mm-hmm. The hippity hoppities, them homies, them homeboys. Oh yeah, it was what? I don't know about all this shit. I like country music, but fuck a Marine. Fuck that motherfucker. I can't stay. And they right beside us. Wop wop. Oh, I'm even talking about my Filipino and my Chinese brothers in the military. Them motherfuckers was really getting into the kung fu, but we was better. But they was fucking really like that. I mean, look, y'all don't have no idea. You can't even imagine some of the shit I went through on some of these cars. I used to be the only one from the base, from Cecil Field, and Naval Air Station Cecil Field. There's a little juke joint. All good old boys, motorcycles, monkey hangers, and everything. I go in there, have my black vest on. I ride motorcycles, but I wanted to learn how to fly a motherfucking Cessna. But I go in there because I wanted to drink, and I like listening to motherfucking, I like all music, country, goddamn. Give me some Steely Nash, give me some motherfucking, I'm just saying. Florida got some thick ass motherfucking peckerwood shit. I don't mean it that way. But anyway, I go in there, and every once in a while, a brother come in there that was well known, and that's a good brother from you from the base. Oh, okay, what's going on? And some of them were veterans, Vietnam and shit. I'm talking about some real crazy motherfuckers now. I wouldn't have been able to hold my own with all that. I'd have been in the sump and down there gator bait. But I'm just letting y'all know, that's the way I always moved, man. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. A whole lot of stuff came with that, perks and ups and downs. Don't think I never went without. I've gotten knocked the fuck out. I've gotten so drunk. Well, a motherfucker who knew I was a problem felt like he probably wouldn't remember. Well, usually the next weekend, I'm stomping the guy's ass out. But, it's just the way it went. I mean, if you ain't never got your ass whooped and knocked out, my first 6 years of my life was nothing but ass whippings, y'all. I mean, worse than you can even. Like, I still got scars on the back of my wrists. You can't even fucking imagine, But yeah, this is a very hospitable world. We just have individuals who are very unhospitable. Okay. I'll double check and get back at you. Oh man, listen to this, man. I knocked myself out. Shit, where was I? I was on Bloomfield Avenue. This is a year, I think, a year and a half, a year before I went in the military. I said, I'm gonna go out here. I was hanging with my pops, but I wanted to hang with my homies, so I went off with my homies while they did this. Pops wanted to do his shit because I wanted to find out, learn some more things. He wasn't there to bring me in. He would just come and see me at the schools, and he'd be, who's that man over there? Oh, that's Pop. That's Chuck's pops. And I didn't even know who he was at first. I was like, you didn't have to say nothing else about going except candy and shit. He didn't come with no candy. And they was over there with a bottle, big as hell. He think he had just got on Rikers. Chuck. Nobody don't call me no Chuck. Jimmy, get your ass. Oh, who the fuck? Sounds just like an older version of me. It's Pops. It's your dad. Oh, shit. That's... I run over to the gate. I don't know what the fuck you be looking like. You come over here all... That's how I was talking to him. Hey, he slide me $50 or $100. Put the fuck away. Is that Gregory Hines over there looking? Put that shit in your pocket. He's too fat. He want to eat all your money. He says, hey. And he just shares some shit with me. And I meet him at the park. Glenfield or wherever. You know what I'm saying? Ishland Park. And you should share a whole lot of information. But like I said, excuse me, he come from a different world. I hung with him. And one day on Bloomfield Avenue, he went with Ran Long and all those guys to go do what they do, right? I don't know, maybe rob somebody. I don't know what the fuck. They did some wild shit. And where DLV is AT&T, not is it AT&T or Bell or whatever that building is. You had Mayflower moving across the street, right? Lackawanna Plaza with the mall that was right there was across over that way, and he had this little corner store. It was a nice building, lofts and shit like that's real beautiful up there, right? Um, Behind is a little gate. You go back there, and it's like a big parking lot. Sweet back there, man. We drinking. Listen to here now. I just whipped up like $250 worth of liquor and beer, and a couple other homies. I ain't gonna say their name. They same thing. So we literally had two fold out tables, drinks and everything back here. The gate open. No police coming back there. Nothing. Girls back there getting homina. It's all kind of stuff going on. I remember I walked out to Bloom for air. This is how I got the name Fallout. Carried over into the military. I think I drank. I drank 4 bottles of orange julep, 2 bottles of Mad Dog 2020, 1 bottle of Night Train, a fifth of Old English, and a 40 ounce of motherfucking Cokie 800 mix. Listen to me now. And I did all that within a 2-hour period, y'all. Then I had 4 shots of Jose motherfucking Cuervo. I'm not bragging. I'm just letting you know. This is how I got the name. I went outside and there was an old red and green and brown Rambler. You know what that is? A station wagon Rambler. I remember I went to the edge and I was like, shit, wow, they bucking people butthole bumping them like 20 girls and they just freaking back there. It just smell like butt cheeks and cooterotas, right? And then he's going to the corner and piss, you know. But I walk out to Bloomwood Avenue. I'm leaning up against this Rambler. And all of a sudden, this is all lights. And there was guys with me, I didn't even know it. And them niggas said, nigga, you look like you was a tree that's got chopped and your ass just went timber stuck just like that. Bop, they said they thought I cracked my head open. No, they didn't know that me and my cousin Lonnie used to headbutt each other in art class. Boom! And it was scary. People thought a bomb went off. And when they like, check our skulls and see if we cracked our craniums. No, martial arts training, headstand. Lonnie had a big ass head, and me, I'm built fucking different. And I like watching fucking what was it, Animal Kingdom at the time, whatever the fuck it was with the rams and shit. So we used to headbutt each other, you know. Anyway, boom. I was like this when I was stuck. They thought I was in an alcohol coma. Nigga, I ain't know I felt everything was good. I didn't pee on myself, so don't even think it. I'm laying like this, and I remember one eye opening up. I had a whole bunch of scuffling on niggas around me. Yo, Red, Khalif. I got my hand down on my head. I'm laying up like, what the fuck? Nigga, we thought you went and had a fucking coma. Nigga, boy, you don't... I said, nigga, I spent $250. I'm going right back there, and I went back to drinking. They said, nigga, all night long. I ain't fucked none of the hoes, right? Well, the sisters, they weren't hoes. I don't know, they might have been. I went right back to drinking, and I kept going outside saying, man, y'all's got to, like, sex up in this. And it's an open space where anybody know what I'm talking about. They was back there. I ain't gonna say names. I can throw some names out there. They're happily married. I love their relations. Man, it was some shit going on, man. I don't even want to talk about going back over. Listen, I got thousands of stories for you. But that's how I got the name Fallout, man. And come to drinking and partying, and my pops and them hanging with some of the roughest motherfuckers you could think of, man. I mean, I'm talking about one of my homeboys. I remember he was messing with this old drunk. I ain't gonna say the old drunk's name. And he was bullying him one night, and cuz had to hold his stomach. You know, he's alive. He's dating one of our friends we grew up with. Had cut his stomach right open. He had to hold his guts, trying to run away. You know what I'm saying? And man, so much, man. I remember in Patterson, New Jersey, on the east side. We was over walking through the west side, going to this thing to perform. You know, I was going to be rapping on the stage with 2 other brothers. We had cut a couple of, tapes. You know, we had a whole bunch of rounds. We was just walking, and we had 2 big motherfuckers with us, you know. And like the week before, we just saw this Puerto Rican brother get executed by the cops, literally tackled down, gun to the back of their head, and boom, just like that. And then they disappeared, and the other cops and started tearing that place. I don't know Patterson, bro, but we was walking around this certain thing, and one of the brothers, the big guy, this guy was like 6'5", whatever, like giant motherfucker. And I'm 5'9" at the time. This nigga goes over to talk to this one nigga, and they start scrapping this. We're talking about some straight up out of motherfucking Rikers Island, goddamn. Because y'all watching the videos of Rikers Island, my pops and all them, my uncle and all them locked up. When them niggas fight, man, it ain't no. It's like gorillas, nigga. No, it's like silverbacks. It ain't like skinny old motherfucker come and stick you 100 fucking times and all that other shit. Nigga doing burpees all day, built, but these are giants. These niggas is going at it. And we ain't got shit to do with it. It's only like about 8 of us. It's about 50 of them motherfuckers. I remember turning around to the other brother, and some dude came around the dumpster and cracked me over the top of my head with a brick. The brick broke. I didn't even get cut. I just got a big ass knot. I remember they were where the dumpster was. There were these white motherfucking, I don't know where the fuck they was from, like from the ocean. I remember I picked 2 of them up and smacked the side of that nigga head. I remember seeing blood. I know we was all running and hiding in dumpsters and shit. There was so many of them. We was fighting a little tread, like we get like 5 fall, like 3 of us. Oh nigga, we turn around, dumping dumpsters and everything. We're trying to make it back to the east side. You dig what I'm saying? But y'all, I got some stories for y'all, man. It's real shit, man. Yeah, the military was my military, regardless of being in the family, military for me, because I was about the streets, man. I didn't want all that nightmare. All that shit didn't mean nothing. You dig what I'm saying? And then my father teaching me so much history, and I reach out to my aunt every once in a while, and all the other ones who I've come across to be able to talk to and give me certain information. And I just compiled it like a sponge, you know, besides always being at the library. That was my refuge. I was always at the library. I would grab 12 books, and literally I would at least skim through half, and the other ones I literally would fucking read, and I would hide the books in the library. There was no cameras. So I go back there, right there. Yeah. Look, I know it's Friday. I know nobody's going to donate. And I'm grateful for the ones that did. I thought maybe this weekend I could put the orders in for the rest of the books, but it's not the case. So I'm not going to dribble on that. You can donate when you want. Get it when we get them. You know what I'm saying? No matter what happens, you know. I'm going to run out here right now. I got to run to the post office, and then I got to run down to the sticks to pick up some ammo. Some 223. Some training rounds, 55 grain. And I'm not going to the range, just going to pick up some ammo, just about 200 rounds. And I'm going to get back with y'all. Hey, Snoo, I told you I got the mushrooms, so I'm going to be making some of that this evening for tomorrow. I already had my steak. It was fabulous with some beans and a fat salad. That's the only meal I'll be eating today. I'm taking my vitamins. I just haven't taken my Ubisomol. I really want to load this whole bottle. I want to do the whole load. Then after that, we can go down to twice a week and stuff. It's really assisting. Y'all know I take Black Forest, Turkish Strong and NMN and stuff like that. Appreciate that, Marcus, beloved. Appreciate the donation. Maybe we'll get there. Hopefully, we still have tomorrow as well. So I take this Turkish Strong and this other one. I've been taking this for a little bit, and surprisingly, there's something going on. I'm not really. I'm leaning on other veterans, people who practically use it, and I've seen them over the 2 years of utilizing it. And I'm like, okay, because I don't like lifting heavy weights no more, guys. I don't want to get up under 300, 400 pounds of bench press. I don't want to be 215 behind my neck. None of that. My body needs to recover some kind of way. And I damn sure don't want these monkey motherfuckers cutting on me. My knees, you know, I'm doing exercises that's supposed to help strengthen the muscle at least. But I'm like, yeah, but the pains are still in the back, you know. But I don't give it strength. I continue because I know that I'm so strong. So I have to. Strong is limited beyond that. But the thing is, you know, I have to push, you know, I have to keep trying different things because they keep making the situation worse until we get together, guys. Rondo and a heartbeat, I'll be there. You already know that. I'm attempting to get these other people who are lazy and they don't really have nothing to get their ass over there. Trauma's got 40. Yeah, I don't like where he's at because it's below water level. I like anything up over motherfucking 2,000, 3,000 feet. And that's talking about like me and Rondo. The land I got in Florida is below sea. Well, I'm ready to sell this shit. But I'm just saying, this is what I'm saying, guys. Y'all need to really pay attention and focus. You know what I mean? Some people got houses. They worked all their lives for that. The problem is it's what we call, how do we say it in the military? It's a kill box. That's what the fuck it is. You know, unless you're training like the survival sisters and all under one roof. Even then, you can only fight for so long. You don't have means to know how to make other things or do other things or to escape, nor do you know how to gray out and evade things. I'm not saying this because we need, well, it's the last thing. I love people all over. I'm so tired of the ignorance. But then, you know the other story. The other parts I always whisper. And there's a good reason. These bodies they were meant to last forever, but for some reason, they're just not doing it right now. All right? So you must stop thinking as a mortal and know how immortal you truly are. Everything they say, do the opposite. And the dumbasses, it don't mean rob a bank because they took your shit. Dummies. If we were all together, you wouldn't have to worry about a fucking dollar. And those who do have, put it all in the pot. And it'd be magnified by those who can actually carry the deed to do the right thing. And got to remember, not everybody is qualified for that. All right? So anyway, let me get out here, go and check the smell, see if anything arrived. All right? Everything looks like it's looking at after January, I guess, because of the holiday stuff. And appreciate y'all stopping in. Yeah, share it. All right? Remember, watch those ads, and I appreciate y'all. All right, sisters, brothers. What was that? Casualties of war. I got official number. I'm at 4,650-ish feet. See, that's what I'm talking about. That face for pushing me, but not knockout. That's what's up, baby. Hey, baby, I knocked the sister out. Nah, I'm just yeah. So let's see, altercation established, and then it goes. To experience such things. No, it's not normal. I got knocked out and didn't know it. So the guys at the gym picked me up off the floor. Yeah, but you know it happens, man. You know what I'm saying? It happens. You know what I'm saying? Delusion. Appreciate that, Ron. I got to check out your channel, Rondo. Yeah, come on, subscribe, y'all. Come on, y'all. I say subscribe to one another. Come on. I'm over at George's channel. I am Baby Girl Slaughter. Y'all didn't subscribe to her channel? She does it over there too, guys. Come on, y'all. Snoo, y'all haven't subscribed to Snooze? She ain't really putting out no stuff, but she's working. She has her days off. Little man's college, you know what I'm saying? Yo, let's support one another, bro. Don't just say hi. How are you doing? Oh, man. I know some of y'all got to be getting it by now. Come on. All right. Anyway, let me head up out of here. All right, salute y'all. It's number love and respect. And I'll see y'all here in about 5 o'clock, all right? So we can get into the other reading, all right? And I want to go out here and do what I got to do because I got to come back. Hold on. It's called perfection, niggas. All right, I'll give it y'all in a little bit. One Indian Gym Cashapp. Appreciate it, baby. Love you. I love my sisters. Just trust me, man. If I could have all you motherfuckers, y'all be right here. You better believe that shit. It'd be some different shit. Y'all probably have my ass walking on a motherfucking levitating for real. Like, anyway, give it y'all in a little bit.